This is the Pilot's News Briefing Podcast. I'm Frank Daniels, and with me today is Ana Risano from the Pilot's Newsroom, bringing us the latest news in Moore County. And what is that news?
So Tambra Place, it's a local nonprofit that provides transitional housing for young adults. They are looking to expand and build a new home.
What is transitional housing?
It's a great question. For Tambra Place specifically, they provide kind of a long-term housing solution for folks 18 to 24 who are maybe getting out of the foster care system or have experienced some form of homelessness and need a place to go to kind of stabilize and then get on their feet and be able to have a more successful future.
And in that time, just because we haven't talked about it on the podcast, I'm going to get some basics out of the way. Mm-hmm. Is that so that they can perhaps get a job, or is it just to find alternate housing solutions, or what exactly is the goal of that transition?
For them to become self-sustainable.
Okay, so whatever that looks like for them. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I know that Tambra Chamberlain, who is one of the many co-founders, and the nonprofit's named after her. She's a Moore County school social worker, and she shared a couple of success stories with me. I think 2 young women have graduated so far through the program, and maybe a young man. I don't remember at this point. But they had gone from being in a not great situation, children who have experienced trauma but are not troubled youth. She hates that, not troubled youth.
Yeah, that's definitely a buzzword for certain. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but kids who have experienced some form of trauma and are needing a place to go. And so one of the young ladies went into the program, stayed there a couple of years. Now she's living on her own and is a full-time paramedic.
Oh, nice.
Which is cool.
That's great.
Another one is soon to graduate and is looking, I think, some kind of college degree, and is looking at doing cybersecurity stuff, which is cool. Yeah. And has went to a conference recently and got an internship with Google, which is cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And how old is it?
They officially started in 2018.
Okay.
But they started their first home in 2021.
Okay. So not surprising that only a few participants have graduated.
Correct. Yeah.
That doesn't speak to the effectiveness or ineffectiveness of the program. Mm-hmm. So they're looking to expand, you said. Mm-hmm. Where, why, how? Well, we know why now, I guess.
Yeah, they are looking, so the young women are staying in a old bungalow that was donated to Tambra Place from the Community Presbyterian Church in Pinehurst. And they are looking to move them out of there into a new home, building a new home out in West End. It would be next to the current boys' home or young men's home. Okay.
So this one will be for the women. Mm-hmm. And what will happen to the bungalow?
I think they're still trying to work that one out. I think it's going to transition into some kind of meeting space or other uses.
Cool. Maybe it could be, I don't know, it's just me brainstorming, some sort of activity zone or something where they can meet, do things that's away from their, I don't know. I guess time will tell, and they will, I'm sure, find a useful alternate use for it. What else is there to say about it? When?
They are currently working on getting financing for the build, for the project. They have reached out to a nonprofit that does 0% interest financing.
Oh, okay.
They would have to put down $75,000. They'd build the home, have a interest rate free mortgage for 30 years or so.
Well, that seems good for a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm. So they have made that connection. They won't find out for another couple of months, but construction could start as early as this summer and finish early 2026.
Okay. That's a pretty quick turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they need the house. What is the size difference? How many women will they be able to house?
Up to 5.
Okay.
It'll have 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Each young lady will have their own room, share a bathroom, and then share like community spaces like the kitchen, living room, dining room.
Is that more than they can currently help?
I think their current space has 3 or 4 bedrooms. I don't remember. But it's very similar. They part of their model is providing a good housing situation for them, and that means not a lot of kids in the same household.
Sure.
Yeah. It's an independent living style, so it's making sure that they would thrive in that environment and not make it like an official group home, which has a very different definition and operation.
And being that speaking of the housing, in the study, one of the things that identifies a kind of adverse living condition is more than one person per bedroom. So that would necessitate a more spacious living environment if they're trying to transition these young men and women into a more stable, independent living environment. So that makes sense. I think that's it, if you agree.
I think so.
Okay, well, is the story online now?
Yes.
If you want to read that and you still have questions for Anna, you can send her an email to anna@thepilot.com, ANA@thepilot.com. You can send me an email to frank@thepilot.com if you have questions about anything. I will endeavor to answer or find an answer, but especially if you have feedback for us and questions about what we're doing here, I would love to hear that. And we will be back for more news, always the latest news in Moore County.
Sounds good.
Thanks.